Guess I'm going to cap off this day with one more. And yes, I can tell. This will be another day of, like, 5 very small, incomplete roles it's got there basically are. The Breathing City is next. A strategy game of mystery and Lovecraftian horror. Submitted by Static Connection Studios. So, group submission. Local placement is procedural, as are the spawning monsters and rewards and penalties for advancing mystery and plot, respectively. The game is also turn-based. So, the city has always been a chaotic place, growing rapidly and uncontrollably. But the recent surge of violence and madness is very unusual, even for a place like this. You are the only ones who suspect the truth, and the only ones who can do anything about it. Heavily inspired by Fantasy Flight's Arkham Files series, especially Eldritch Horror, Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, Arkham Horror the card game, The Breathing City is a very narrative experience, and the world is grim and unforgiving. The art is by Andre Sanada, originally created for the 7DRL Challenge in 2023. Rules manuals available below. Warning: though the game already has procedural generation systems, those are currently severely lacking content, leading to very semi runs. More content is planned soon. So, made by Static Connection Studios, which is basically probably multiple people. And apparently there's a manual down here somewhere, but there it is right there. I guess I probably need that manual because I have no idea what I'm going to be doing without it, I assume. So let's download it. And we'll just open it. Alright, so the city was always a chaotic place. You already read this stuff. The basics. During each game, you will control 2 investigators, each a unique character with their own story and skills, but watch out for their weaknesses. Their deaths are permanent, and you don't get a replacement. Let's look at the investigator display. Alright, so there's a lot to this one apparently. The labels in blank demark. 1. The investigator's name and portrait. 2. The number of currently engaged monsters. If none, the icon is hidden. 3. Their life current maximum. So there's their life. There's the investigator's name and portrait. So there's the number of monsters they're currently engaged with. If none, it needs to be hidden. 4. Current clues. If none, the icon is hidden. 5. The sanity and current maximum. Right there. 6. The current resources. Right there. 7. Their skills. Those are skills. Should an investigator run out of either sanity or life, they are defeated immediately. The skills are from left to right. So we have lore, influence, observation, strength, will, Vastin's agility. The values of each skill mean: value 1 means the investigator is ill-prepared, being below average and having a hard time succeeding even at easy tasks. Value 2 indicates the investigator is average and might occasionally succeed. Value 3 indicates the investigator is above average and will succeed regularly. And value 4 means the investigator is a master and will hardly ever fail. So basically this guy's got above average in agility, will, and strength. And he's a master basically at... Oh, so he's got above average agility, will, and observation. He's a master in strength, but he's got poor lore and poor influence. This guy up here. Skills are used most often during skill tests. When performing a skill test, draw a token from the chaos bag and apply its modifier to a value of their own skill. The result is compared to the difficulty of the test. An equal or higher value indicates a success, a lower value indicates a failure. In some tests, such as combat, the margin of success or failure might be relevant. For example, if the test has difficulty of 1 and your modified skill value is 3, then you succeed by 2. If the difficulty was 3 and you had 0, you failed by 3. If the difficulty was 2 and you had 2, it's a normal success. So, skills might improve during the course of the game, permanently increasing their value by 1. Skills can only be improved twice. The chaos bag is a bag with several chaos tokens, blah blah. Chaos tokens are modifiers to indicate how base skills altered before being carried to ability. So, I'll just note by the way, this is a lot of reading for, a 7DRL. And it looks like this is like, going to be more board gaming than it is like roguelike, so this is, everything as well. The initial composition of the chaos bag is as follows: 1 free, 4 free, 1. So +1 token, free 0 tokens, 4 -4 tokens, free -2 tokens, and 1 -3 token. So basically, there's like, a lot of like, negative modifiers as opposed to positive ones. After you draw a token, apply its modifier, put it back into the case bag and reshuffle it. Winning and losing. Doom represents the influence of the nefarious forces that haunt the city. Should Doom reach 4 in a locale, a portal will appear and all Doom spawn in that locale will advance the Dark God's nefarious plot instead, causing several negative effects and eventually destroying the world. Clues represent the knowledge about the dark forces at play and their future plans. By gathering and analyzing clues, basically we're going to like advance our stuff. Alright, so I think I have a gist of like how this is basically going to work. So, in order basically to sort of skip basically to read like all of this basically here, we'll just like, jump into the game itself. Alright, so the Breathing City. Choose an investigator, choose an investigator. So update version, this version has been updated post jam. The jam version can be found for download below. So you have Leo the Hunter, Jim the Criminal, Jane the Waitress, and Agatha the Actress. So let's go with Agatha and Jim the Criminal. Why not? Alright, so we got the Actress, we got the Criminal. New turn. Action phase. Agatha's turn starts. So basically the idea is like, there's like several areas of this like, map we can basically explore. And we basically have to use our guys, basically gather clues and like, fight off the evils of basically like our, threatening this city, so to speak. So let's see here. It looks like she's got a mastery in influence. And she's got no weaknesses. This guy's got a mastery in that other skill. Now this is where it'd be good to basically have like some sort of icon next to like these like numbers, so you can basically like sort of determine what these like icons, these like numbers basically mean. So is that like a 4 for will? I have no idea basically. So just make it a little bit easier basically on the player. So I can navigate around here if I want to with this. Both my guys are currently in the middle here. Now it looks like there's a clue here, so is this gather resources? I'm not really sure. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a success by margin of 2. Difficulty 2, influence 4. You receive 4 funds in total. So I just got some funds there, I guess. You drew a -3 token, resulting in a failure by margin of -2. Difficulty 2, lore 2. So that's my lore, I guess. Game turn start. So I'm not the guy who influences resources probably based on like this one right here. So draw 0, resulting in normal success. Basically, he's got 2, and I just needed 2, so I got my 2 funds. You drew a -1 token, resulting in a normal success. Basically, you have like 3 here. It gets knocked down to 2. I needed 2, so you move 1 doom. Monster phase. Volatile apparition moves erratically. Mage Hunter chases its prey. Encounter phase. Agatha's encounter begins. You find yourself in a poker game against a man in sharp clothing. If you win, he teaches you the secrets of trade, but it's hard to keep your cool. Test will 2. So basically I gotta test this will over here if I go for it. And that's not gonna help much. You drew a -3 token, resulting in a failure by margin of -2. You practically gave the game away with your nervous ticking, lose 1 money. So I lost money basically in the game. And Jim's encounter begins. You watch as a suspected cultist is interrogated by local thugs. Test observation 2. So that's my observation maybe down here or here. You drew a 1 token, so that's gonna be a positive thing. So resulting in a success in margin of 1. You notice as the cultist sends a distress signal to a woman in the audience and warns the thugs who apprehend her too. Receive this clue. Mythos phase. Agatha drew a doom token. Doom spawns. Agatha drew a clue token. A clue spawns. Jim drew a doom token. Doom spawns. Jim drew a blank token. Nothing happens. New turn. So another idea is like, we have to basically move fast or else like, Doom is basically going to keep building very, very fast. There's not much ways to do about it. So let's travel over to here. Would you like to spend $3 to move an extra space? No. We can try and gather stuff here, I guess. So I drew a -1, resulting in a success in margin of 1. So, like, 4 minus 1 equals 3, so we need a 2. Game turn start. So what does the clue basically do? You drew a -1 token, resulting in a failure by margin of 1, difference 2, observation 2. Okay, let's go with ward. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a success by margin of 1, you receive 0 doom. So also there's like doom on the place, you can't actually move it, so that's worth noting. Volatile operation moves erratically. Mage Hunter chases prey. Jim fights the Mage Hunter, so actually I'm fighting a Mage Hunter. So I drew a 0 token, resulting in a failure by margin of 1. So, okay. What am I testing against here? Will? So my will is basically like 1 here. I need to get like a positive 1 in order to basically get success. You lose 2 sanity. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a normal success. So basically we're like using our strength, I guess, at this point. So free versus free, you suffer 1 damage. Cause 1 damage to the monster. Obviously encounter begins. There's an arm wrestling competition. Not going to be easy, but you get free dinner if you make it. Test free strength. Okay, so that's not great for me because I only got 2 here, but whatever. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a failure by margin of -1. Your hand smashes hard against the table and you lose. The gym is engaged and won't resolve encounters. Mythos phase. Agatha drew an explosion token. There's a portal explosion, so we just made ourselves a portal over here. Agatha drew a monster token. A stalking cultist spawns. Jim drew a monster token. A channeling invocation spawns. Jim drew a doom token. Doom spawns. New turn. Action phase. Agatha's turn starts. So I'm sort of wondering basically how you gather clues and stuff like that. But whatever. We can ward this. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a normal success. We move on doom. So there goes the doom from here. Like, how do I get the clues basically from these places? Is a thing, I guess, is a thing, right? So, You drew a 1 token, resulting in a margin of 3. So you see 5 funds total. I wonder, by the way, if basically getting the positive 3 means to get more funds. And he's engaged, by the way, so he can't actually move right now. This guy, so he's to fight these monsters here. So attack or evade. Let's attack. So Jim fights the Mage Hunter. I drew a -3, resulting in a failure by margin of -2. So I lose 1 sanity again. I drew a -1 token, resulting in a failure by margin of 1. So I receive 1 damage from the Mage Hunter again. I fight the channeling invocation. I draw a 0 token, resulting in a failure by margin of 1. You lose 1 sanity. And I draw a 0 token, resulting in a success of margin of 2. You suffer no damage, and I basically damage the enemy here. So you cause 3 damage to the monster, killing it. So I killed a monster of this guy here. So the Mage Hunter's probably going to come after me, so I have to watch out for that, but whatever. Let's evade. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a success of margin of 0. So that's my agility basically coming in hand here. So I evade the Mage Hunter. Alright, let's travel. Volatile option move erratically. So make sure I'm exhausted and just raise itself. So I guess because I attacked it couldn't do anything, so Stalking Cultist chases prey. Encounter phase. Obviously encounter begins. You see a strange light in the kitchen and a robed figure leaving in a hurry. You try to stop them, test strength 2. So that's going to be difficult. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a normal success. You managed to immobilize the question of figure, receiving this clue. So you got us a clue, awesome. Your encounter begins. You attend a sermon, but the prayers are disturbing and unnerving. Test will 2. So that's my will here. That's a fail. You can't bring yourself to hear any longer and leave in a hurry. Mythos phase. Agatha drew a clue token. A clue spawns. Agatha drew a blank token. Nothing happens. So that's good to see. Another blank token. Awesome. And a blank token. Yeah, nothing happens is actually a good thing in this game because it means like just something bad happening is a thing, right? So yeah, we like that, not having bad things basically happen. All right, so answer the clue. You drew a -1 token, resulting in a failure of margin of 1. So basically, like, didn't get anything from my clue there. Let's get our resources. So I drew a -1, resulting in a success of 1, so I got like 3 funds, because like 2 plus 1 equals like 3, I guess. Or like 2 or 4 minus 2 equals like just 1. Plus like what I got basically. So yeah. All right, let's answer our clue. You drew a -1 token, resulting in a failure by a margin of 1. And I could rest this guy. Let's do that. So see if I get my like HP back a little bit here. So rest. I get my like sanity and my like health back a little bit here. So they move around. Jim fights the volatile apparition again. And I had a margin of -2. Actually, I lost 3 sanity. I drew a -1, resulting in a successive margin of 2, basically to fight this guy. So I kill a monster. Mage Hunter chases me again. This might kill me. Jim fights the Mage Hunter. And I died. So he's dead. Agatha fights the Stalking Cultist. You drew a 0 token, resulting in a successive margin of 1. You resist losing sanity. So basically, because I like beat it, I like didn't lose any sanity, and I like completely lost it with my strength, so I basically got injured. Encounter phase. Agatha's engaged won't resolve encounters. Mythos phase. Agatha drew a Doom token. Doom spawns. Blind token. Oh, I'm drawing all the tokens now. So a clue spawns, and blind token. So you always basically draw 4 tokens, I guess, is the idea here. Alright, so do I want to go after the Stalking Cultist, I guess? I don't really have the strength to fight it, so let's attack it. Agatha fights the Stalking Cultist. I drew a -2, so basically I lost 0 sanity. I drew a 0 token, so I normal success, so I suffered no damage, and I killed it. So we killed something here. And let's answer a clue. Wow, I'm really sucking at this answering of clues and stuff. You keep an eye over those coming in and out, hoping to spot a suspicious figure. Test observation 2. Drew 1 token, resulting in a successive march of 1. You notice a man murmuring to himself in a dead tongue. Receive his clue. Alright, so we got Doom, an pole explosion, blank token, nothing happens. Blank token, nothing happens. New turn. So it's nothing. There's nothing here to basically worry about. So now, because I didn't really read the instructions fairly, I'm guessing the idea is I have to basically get the clues, basically like answers and stuff like that. But let's see how this goes. We'll go here, and let's try to ward this. So I got failure. I didn't get rid of the Doom. I get chased. I get fought. So I resulted in a success, so I didn't lose any sanity. And I got a failure here, so I suffered damage. So Mage Hunter is pretty powerful, as you can see. I drew a Master token. A Master of Ritual spawns. I drew a Doom token. Doom spawns. A Monster token, so we got a Volatile Apparition. And a clue spawns. I really need those clues to spawn by, so we can basically do stuff, but whatever. Let's attack this guy and see if we can kill it. Fights the Mage Hunter. And I lost 1 sanity. And I received 1 damage. Okay, we're going to evade it. So, I didn't evade the Mage Hunter, which means I basically have to, fight him again. We fight again. Lose 1 sanity, and I died. Alright, so you hurry to the portal. There's barely any time left, and a single thought on your mind. You need to close the gate. What is on the other side cannot be allowed to cross over. A mere moment later, you realize how silly that thought is. How would you close a door that doesn't exist? Why would you prevent yourself from hearing your own thoughts? With a peaceful smile, you watch the portal grow larger, and along with every other person to walk this earth, are embraced by the calming warmth of oblivion. The world has ended. You lose. So basically, that's like the idea of what this game is basically all about. It's like You're basically like a paranormal hunter who's basically trying to close like the Eldritch Forest gates that are basically like popping into your like domain of like existence. Honestly, it would have been a lot better if it was a lot more like detailed, basically the cards and like on screen like what you basically have to do rather than having to drive manual. But other than that, it does work pretty well. So good job on these developers. Made a working game eventually. I guess it wasn't working for like the jam, but oh well, can't be perfect. Alright, so that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a nice long 20 minutes at least. So take care.